Welcome to the Deep Dive. We're your shortcut to getting properly informed without getting lost in all the noise. Today, we are diving deep into making your website really stand out in 2025. Not just be there, but be memorable. We're pulling from this really great guide on web design tips and tricks. It uses this cool metaphor, navigating the digital sea. So our mission for you, basically to give you a map through all that digital clutter. Okay, so let's unpack this a bit. Why is standing out online just so much more important now, really than ever?
Well, the source material makes it pretty stark. You've got over 2 billion websites out there. 2 billion. And you've got, what, less than 2 seconds to make that first impression?
It's incredible, isn't it?
Yeah.
Less than 2 seconds.
Faster than you can even process what you're seeing sometimes.
Exactly. And with that level of intense competition, your design can't just be okay. It has to work immediately. It needs to grab attention, sure, but also signal value, pull people in.
So it's not just aesthetics. We're talking about trust, conversions, the stuff that actually matters. Absolutely. A really strong design is, well, it's kind of your best salesperson, working silently in the background.
Okay, so first up, the guide talks about bold typography, like the website shouting its name from the rooftops. Or maybe like a ship's name on the bow.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. It's about making a statement.
But how do you do that without it just being loud and obnoxious?
Yeah.
I've seen some sites where it just feels like too much.
Right. Balance is key. It's not just about making fonts huge, though the guide does mention using oversized, even layered fonts for that immediate visual punch. But the real craft, it suggests, is in mixing styles, maybe serif and sans serif together. It creates contrast, adds character. A source calls it nautical warmth, which is kind of evocative.
Nautical warmth, I like that.
Yeah. It's about using that maximalist typography to tell your brand's story. It's sort of adventure right from the get-go.
So it's about personality.
Yeah.
Making the brand feel real.
Precisely, conveying character and confidence, not just, readable text.
Okay, so you grab their attention with this bold statement. How do you keep them aboard, keep them engaged longer? What are these engaging ship controls it mentions?
Yeah, this is where interactivity comes in. And it's not just about flashy gimmicks. Think useful things. Sliders that let you explore options, maybe helpful calculators, even subtle micro animations that respond to what you do.
Micro animations, like small things.
Tiny things, yeah. But they make the site feel alive, responsive, like the instruments on a ship's bridge reacting to your touch. It invites you to play, to explore, rather than just passively read.
And it keeps people around longer.
Exactly. And that longer engagement time, that's actually a really strong signal to search engines like Google.
Oh, interesting. How so?
Well, it tells them your content is valuable, that people are genuinely interacting with it, so it can actually boost your site's perceived authority, maybe even its ranking. It connects directly to SEO.
Right, so it's not just fluff. It actually has tangible benefits. Okay, moving on. The guide talks about transforming the website into a ship from the future, blending traditional with cutting-edge visuals. What does that look like? What are these immersive visual styles?
This is where things get really visually exciting. We're talking aesthetics, maybe borrowed from sci-fi or gaming.
Gaming. Really?
Yeah, I think neon glows, maybe holographic effects, almost like overlays. The guide mentions using WebGL for 3D models.
WebGL. That's browser-based 3D rendering, right?
Exactly. It lets you create these really cinematic deck experiences, as the source calls them, right in the browser. It can be surprisingly efficient, too, using the computer's graphics hardware.
So navigation becomes more like an adventure.
That's the idea. Gaming-inspired UIs, making exploring the site feel less like clicking links and more like, well, exploring a new world. It's about creating something memorable, something that really stands out from the crowd.
That sounds really cool, but potentially complex to build.
It can be, yes.
Yeah.
But the impact can be huge.
Okay, so we've got the bold type, the interaction, the futuristic visuals. What about color? You mentioned balance earlier, and I know a bad color scheme just ruins it for me. How does the guide approach color palettes?
Color is huge, you're right. It has such a psychological impact.
Yeah.
The guide really emphasizes thoughtful palettes.
Thoughtful meaning.
Meaning going beyond just what looks nice.
Love it.
It actually talks about using warm, soothing palettes to reduce, and I love this phrase, digital seasickness.
Digital seasickness, so like eye strain,
Hmm.
cognitive load.
Exactly. Making the screen easier to look at for longer periods. It's about balancing those vivid, maybe futuristic elements with calmer negative space, creating harmony.
Any specific examples?
Yeah, it mentions Pantone's Mocha Mousse specifically suggests it creates nurturing harbor vibes.
Harbor vibe, so calm, safe, trustworthy.
Precisely. Subtly building that sense of trust and well-being for the user, which is, incredibly important.
Hmm. Now, this next one sounds risky. Breaking navigation rules. Experimental sailing. What on earth does that mean? This sounds really interesting, but maybe dangerous.
It definitely has a high-risk, high-reward feel to it, yeah. This is where we get really unconventional.
How unconventional.
Think ditching the standard top menu or sidebar completely. The source talks about radial menus or maybe gesture-based navigation on touch devices, like you're commanding a futuristic ship, not clicking links.
Whoa, okay.
Or even things like sideways scrolling or maybe diagonal scrolling, using the scroll direction itself to tell a story, like following trade winds across a map.
That could be amazing. Or incredibly confusing.
And that's the crucial point.
All
The
right.
guide gives a very strong warning here. Innovation is great, but your navigation has to stay intuitive.
Right.
If users get confused or frustrated, it says, mutinous users abandon ship quickly.
Huh. Okay, good warning. So people will just leave if they can't figure it out.
Instantly. So yes, experiment, push boundaries, but never at the expense of usability. User intuition is absolutely paramount.
Makes sense. All this design flair, the future ships, the bold type, it's all great. But what about the basics? The engine room, maybe? The guide mentions captain's orders for speed and accessibility. These feel like they often get pushed aside for the cooler stuff.
They absolutely do, and it's a huge mistake. They are fundamental. The most beautiful ship is useless if it's too slow or people can't get on board.
So speed first. How fast are we talking?
Lightning fast. The source emphasizes optimizing for load times under 3 seconds. Anything slower, and you start losing people rapidly. A slow ship loses the race, basically.
3 seconds. That's tough. Especially with, say, background videos.
Exactly. The guide cautions about that. Background videos can add atmosphere, sure, but they can absolutely sink load times if you're not incredibly careful with optimization.
And accessibility, making sure everyone can use it.
Essential. It's not just an ethical consideration, though it certainly is that. It's about ensuring all potential users or sailors can board and navigate regardless of ability or the technology they use. Think screen readers, keyboard navigation, proper color contrast.
So these aren't optional extras, they're core requirements.
Absolutely. They directly impact user retention, your SEO, your potential audience size, everything, really. Foundational stuff.
Okay, we've covered a lot of principles. Let's talk about reality. Does the guide mention any real-world examples, an award-winning fleet that puts these ideas into practice?
It does, yeah. It gives a couple of nice examples to make it more concrete.
Like what?
First, there's a site called Giton, described as a dynamic finance vessel.
Finance. Okay, usually pretty conservative design-wise.
Right. But this one apparently blends the essential feeling of security with a really sleek, quite futuristic design. It makes finance feel modern, approachable, not stuffy. A good example of balancing seriousness with innovation.
Interesting. And the other one?
IBM's Harmonic State Ship. This one uses immersive 3D and motion graphics really effectively.
IBM. Okay, big player. What do they do with it?
It seems they use it to create really deep engagement. It's not just presenting information, it's creating an interactive experience, drawing users into the content, making them feel like part of it, like turning visitors into loyal crew members, as the source puts it.
So these aren't just theoretical ideas, they're out there working.
Definitely. They show how you can combine these bold elements and interactive features into something really cohesive and impactful.
Wow. Okay, this has been a fantastic deep dive. It really feels like we've charted a course through these 2025 web design trends. The big message seems clear. Your website isn't just a page. It's your ship in this vast digital sea. And the goal isn't just to float. It's to be legendary.
Right. Absolutely. Make it a vessel people remember.
And the keys seem to be combining those bold statements, those unique designs, with really engaging interactive features. Make it stand out, but also make it welcoming and easy to explore.
Exactly. Flair plus function.
And critically, always navigate by data. You have to test things, measure what works with your audience using analytics, and keep refining your course. Don't just set sail and hope.
Constant course correction based on real data. Yes.
So what does this all mean for you listening? Well, I think it means it's time to maybe set sail today. Think about your own digital ship.
Yeah, and maybe connecting this to the bigger picture. These aren't just fleeting trends about making things look cool. It's really about crafting digital experiences, experiences that genuinely connect with people, that resonate, and importantly, that can adapt as this online world just keeps changing, which it always does.
That's a great final thought.
So maybe just consider, how could you apply even one of these ideas? Maybe it's that bolder typography that really captures your brand's voice,
Uh-huh.
or perhaps just one small, thoughtful, interactive element that invites people to dig a little deeper. It's about starting that process of continuous refinement, getting your own vessel ready for whatever waters lie ahead.